to make a follow-up video to, he hates when I start talking, to my last email. And before I get started, I have my daughter here with me because of the snow day, so if she walks in and out, I apologize. She has her Cocomelon on in the other room, but I don't know how long it's going to give her a chance. So anyway, something that I have started doing with him is what's called existential feeding. So instead of him getting meals twice a day, whatever he gets, I take his daily allotment and I break it up throughout the day through training. He only gets food when he's eating from me. So what I was finding was that I was constantly fighting with him. I was definitely, and I still do a lot of the methods where I'm making him give me food and things like that, but there was just this disconnect where he didn't really care what I had to offer. So my punishments, they were kind of taken with a grain of salt because he didn't really care what I had to reward him with. So even high value treats he would take them, but it kind of was just like, I guess I'll take them. So I wanted him to be much more dependent on me for food. So essentially, I don't give him treats anymore. He only gets his kibble throughout the day. If I offer him his food and he does not take it, the offering of food is over and I put him up. So it took a couple of days where he was willing to blow off that food, and there was a day where he didn't eat anything. And I do want to place this with saying that I'm never withholding food. I'm constantly offering him. He's given many opportunities to eat. He decides that he doesn't want to take it. And the criteria was very low. All it was me offering him food. He didn't have to do anything for it. I would put the food by his mouth and he would say, I don't want it, and walk away from me. But this, even though it's just been a couple of days before he figured it out, it's been such a great improvement. When we're walking around, he'll actually look up at me and be worried about where I am because he needs me essentially for his survival. So he's getting almost the exact same amount of food that he was before, and I even started adding like a different, like the fresh pet stuff, just so he's getting a little bit higher caloric value of food, even though he's not getting quite as much. I want him to be dependent on me for food, but not obviously malnutritioning him or whatever. So, nope, place. Good. I will say the barking stuff, I don't think that that's really going to go away too much. I think genetically that's what you get when you get one of these breeds. I had a husky a couple years ago for a while, and for the second half of his life, and that just was always spiced with that. Like, they're just very vocal creatures. So Malamutes are very, very vocal. So I do think that should be something taken into consideration. Like, this is when we have a very talkative dog. And most people, I don't know if that's something you just like. I don't mind it. I'm used to it. I think that for a lot of people, that's the attraction to this breed, is that they're talkative and they're not like really easy dogs. So the existential feeding has been something very, very beneficial, and I'm now having a good balance between he's not allowed to do things, he has to respect my space and all of that, but he does care about what I have to offer. So that was what I was missing before. And the reason I decided is when he came back on Monday, I took him out and we were walking around the corner. He was doing so well. He was walking so nice and just being a really good dog. He wasn't really paying attention to me, but he wasn't pulling, he wasn't biting at me. And then he randomly got really spunky, and I told him no, and he decided that he wanted to fight me. So it wasn't aggression by any means, but because of his size, it was a little intimidating. Like, he was standing up on his back feet and punching at me and biting my arm, and my corrections, they made him more angry. So that's when I was like, you know what, Good. I have to switch things up so that he values me a little bit better, a little bit more. Good. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to demonstrate, like, see how yes, he's yelling at me, but he's not crowding my space. He's staying back a little bit, but he actually cares about taking food from me. He's very dainty about it, but he'll eat everything that I give him. Whereas before, like, even the high value treats, like sometimes in certain situations, he was willing to just not take anything from me. Something that, when I was talking about my email, like making him wait through doorways, anything where you can have him being a little bit less impulsive and respecting space. I'm going to demonstrate just going through the door. I want him to wait to be invited through, and if he talks, I don't really care, but I don't want him pushing past me or crowding the door and things like that. So, thing goes with me. So if we go to take a step out of the door, nope. I know it's pretty exciting when he comes up to the door like this. Okay, out. Nope, out. Go ahead. He's not allowed to come through until I invite him. Okay, hold on 1 second. Good boy. Okay, come on, let's go. I know there's lots of smells in here. Wait. Okay. Wait. Thor. Wait. Yes. Good boy. Very good. Let's go. Make sure my thing follows me. There we go. Sometimes it gets stuck on me. Not a huge big deal in most contexts, but it's just him not crowding space, respecting space, and waiting for my direction as far as what he can do next. And I think a lot of the yelling right now is because he wants me to feed him, because he's ready for his meals. Good boy. But he's doing overall really, really well. He's much more patient. Sit. Good. Down. Good. Come. Sit. Down. Yes. You get a big handful. Here, you can sit here. I was going to make a video of us outside again, but it's really slippery and making weird precipitation, so we probably won't do that today. But I'll be back here with him tomorrow on Saturday to do some stuff. So maybe if it's, I don't even know what the forecast is, so it's a little bit nicer. I get a video of him out and about. He doesn't do any of the bitey stuff. We haven't had a physical fight in a while. We started e-collar training on Tuesday. I was going to start Monday, but we switched over to that next central feeding. So I wanted him to take food from me. I wanted him to figure that out before I really actually started pushing him with e-collar pressure. But yeah, he's doing overall really well. He's getting along with everyone great. He's not being too rude. Definitely lots of noises, but that's just him, as you know. Good boy. Place. We're working on this where he goes and he relaxes and he hangs out in this place regardless of what's going on around him. So I'm starting to build up those distractions, things like sitting down and him not coming over to say hi, and the child walking in. There it is. Hey. It's like a streaker. Ava, that was rude. That was not a good example. Well, be careful. Come here, Thor. Place. This will be good practice. Go back in there. Go back in there. I don't want my dog out here. Take our puppies in there. Go in there right now. Thank you. Shut the door. Shut the door. Hey. No. Hey. Down. Down. Thank you. Keep it shut. Down. Good. Let's try that again. Oh, it's still just filming. No. Down. Did you see anything? So things like the ball rolling, place. Good. We'll reward him for hanging out in there. Probably once I stop recording, I'll film him with my kid in the room, since obviously that was something he was not prepared to handle. And I thought it was hey, Ava! Ava, come back in here. What? Come here. Come in here, but don't open the door and come in here. Place. Nope. Good.